kind of from our perspective in New England, it's UConn and watching what they did last year. Just your thoughts on what they face this year as a #1 seed, and your thoughts of if they can get through here and just how far.
If I had to pick one team right now to win it, it'd be UConn, because I'm also a pretty good victim of recency bias, and they're the only team who was in 1 seed consideration who actually won their conference tournament over the weekend, Iowa State being another. And strangely, Iowa State ends up being the 2 seed in UConn's region, which really I didn't think would happen, because I think that they're the strongest 2 seed on paper right now in terms of health and style of play. They are a very disruptive team defensively. The good thing for UConn is if they get far enough to face either Iowa State or Illinois, they'll only have to face one of them, because they would have otherwise faced each other. Illinois is super dangerous from watching them in the Big Ten championship over the weekend. Iowa State causes more problems. They're second in the country in steals, turnovers forced. But UConn, what amazes me about them is the 2 stars of the team last year are gone. They're not even as good on paper as a year ago. And I was asking Jay Wright, like, what am I missing? Because other than Cam Spencer, there's really no new big pop. And he just said it's the culture and it's the chemistry and it's Dan Hurley. And now UConn, being the 1 seed, has the benefit of being in Brooklyn to start the tournament and then Boston after that. So, I mean, it's going to feel like raucous home games for the UConn Huskies. And there's no denying how important that can be in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and how much how much fun does it have a chance to be at the Garden in that, Sweet 16 and Elite Eight? You've got teams like you mentioned, UConn and Iowa State. You've got Auburn in that bracket. You've got Illinois. I mean, it could be a lot of fun at the Garden for those that weekend.
Yes, and so San Diego State can be a frustrating team to play, and they have an amazing player named Jaden Ledee, who really puts the team on his back, maybe sometimes too much at times. He did it throughout the Mountain West tournament, and they ended up being the runners up there. Auburn's got 2 of everything. You're not going to get them into foul trouble and win a game that way, the way you sometimes see like the drama toward the end of an NCAA tournament game. And this guy's fouled out. Now they're toast. So there's a lot of challenges along the way of trying to win a national championship. It's not an easy coasting just because you're a 1 seed. And remember, Florida Atlantic is sitting there. You have the star at Northwestern, Boo Buie, as well. So UConn's got a target on its back that it didn't have a year ago as well.
All right, I don't want to put you on the spot, as who you like, but maybe as a group, from what you gathered over the weekend and through the brackets and the pairings between you and Clark and Coach Wright and Seth Davis, maybe who'd you guys come up with as maybe that's the team to watch, that's the team to maybe beat, and maybe be battling all the way through?
Well, on top of UConn, and I know it's a bit of a blue blood, but I really like the way Kentucky's playing. They did not get healthy until March as a fully healthy team, and they started scoring 100 points a game, if not more, in a lot of these games down the stretch. They don't play a great set of defense, of course, but neither does Alabama, who I would see maybe losing earlier. I really like Kentucky, and I think that Kentucky against Houston would be an amazing regional final because of Houston's defense. And then, if I'm helping you fill out your bracket, I really love both McNeese and Samford. They would unfortunately then face each other. Samford is crazy. They are fast-paced. They're top 5 in scoring. They're a lot like Alabama down the road. Samford's in Birmingham. They're going to face a Kansas team that has been really thinned out by injury. Even all season, they didn't have a very deep bench. They're going to play at altitude in Salt Lake City. So if you're into the whole altitude theory, I really like Samford. And then McNeese is 1 win away from the largest turnaround in Division I history. They have Will Wade, who is fired at LSU, remember? And they're going to face a Gonzaga team that's really not your vintage Gonzaga team. So McNeese is a 30-win team. That doesn't come from nothing. And Will Wade was actually only there for 1 loss because he was suspended the first 10, 11 games. So those are 2 teams I would throw out there as well to pick in the first round.
Well, Adam, appreciate it. Thanks for joining us, and good luck with all your coverage. Have a blast out there. It's a great time of year. And unfortunately, I'd say go orange, but there's nothing to go about this year when it comes to making the tournament.
No, just this hand-dyed disc golf putter that somebody gave me.
That's the greatest logo I've ever seen. Thanks.